back to another episode of Saw Talk. Today we got the Echo 620 and the Echo 680. Sorry, I did that backwards. But you get the point. We're comparing and contrasting two Echo's main saws. They're both in the 60cc class. Both very comparable in a lot of features. So we're gonna go over those, review them, and then I'll cut in some clips of both these saws cutting stock so you can get a visual representation of both of them as well. They're very similar. The 680 is an older design, and the 620 is a revamp of Echo's 600 originally. They've done some good things with it, and I wish they would have done more with it. So we're just going to compare and contrast the differences between them, and let you guys decide which one you would prefer. I run either one of them. Honestly, I'll grab the 620 or the 680. I do have more of a love affection for the 680, but the 620 is a great saw. I run it a lot also. So we'll just dive right in. Starting with the weight, there's a difference there. The new 620 is 2 pounds lighter than the older 680. These are just power head weights. If you add the same bar and chain, it'd be the same. This is roughly 14.5 pounds, roughly 16 to 16.5 pounds for just the power head. 620 is making 60 cc's. The Echo 680 is making 67 cc's, but they're both almost identical on horsepower range. They both run about 4.5 horsepower. So they're getting a little bit more, maybe a little bit more compression in 680. And you can tell when you run them, they run quite different, especially stock. The 680 seems to run with a higher RPM. The chain really seems to move. The 680 seems to run with a slower RPM, but more torquey. And you can feel the difference actually between them. Some people say the 680 is good with long bars, which it is, but the 620 ain't bad with a long bar either. I typically run it with a 24. It likes that. If you go much more than that, you're asking a lot for a 60cc saw. But I run 24 on it all the time. I actually run 24s on all my saws. Keep everything the same. I prefer it that way. All my bars and chains can swap real easy. But it can handle a 24. In fact, in the clips I'm going to cut in, it's cutting with a 24-inch. Both of them will be using the same bar and chain. One of the main differences is the 680 comes with your standard automatic oiler like every saw, but it comes with an additional manual oiler. This little button right here. As you're oiling, you can press it with your thumb for additional oil on the long cuts if you're cutting big wood or dry wood, which is kind of crazy because this 680 already oils like a madman. And if you're using the manual oiler, you have to actually watch it. You'll run out of oil far before you run out of gas. So that's something to keep an eye on. But it lubes really good. I love that. The 620 oiler seems to be fine. Nothing over the top, but it seems to work good also. That's one of the main differences. Another difference is the 620 comes with a translucent fuel tank, so you can see where your fuel level is. The 680 is the old, some type of metal, not visible. The 620 does seem to be a little bit more efficient, and that's to be expected. It seems like all the newer type saws are more efficient than the older ones. Never done an actual comparison on run time. It'd be hard to compare. But I do know that the 620 is a gas sipper. It's very, very efficient. I can cut a lot, quite amazingly, a lot of wood with one tank of gas on the 620. One of the biggest features, I'll zoom you guys in here and get a closer look here in a minute. Just kind of get an overview. And we're back. So here's the biggest difference between these two saws. And some people think it's more of a deal breaker than others. But you can see the air filter systems. This is the 680. Has a fantastic old school pop-up air filter cleaner. Keeps it very, very clean. A lot of people love this. It's a great feature on the Solar Saw. The 620, when they revamped the 600, I wish they would have revamped the air filter system as well. It's just got your standard, you know, I call it the homeowner style. I have these O-rings on here. It's a kit they sell, aftermarket kit. This comes with an O-ring and a metal plate. Keeps the debris from getting in there because these things don't seal. There's play in them. So you have to watch that. If you have a 590 or 620, I highly advise getting the air filter O-ring kit. If you just Google it, it'll pop up. There's a translucent tank. Here's the manual oiler I was telling you about. Super handy. This is the only saw that I know of on the market still that comes with that feature. It's an awesome, awesome feature. Oh, another thing I forgot about. The dogs. So for some reason, when they redid them, here's a side plate. The 620 comes with a set of dogs, which I always prefer to have the set. Keeps the saw nice and balanced and level when you're digging it in. And unfortunately, the 680 comes with this little wimpy sucker. It's not too bad, but it just comes with the one. I don't know why Echo did that. It's a shame. They should have put one on the side plate here too, but they didn't. And you can see the clutch or the brake is on the side plate, and the 620 is not. It's all internal. So that's what I meant earlier. Sorry about the terrible description of that. But I'll just give you a little glance at the mufflers. It's got a side port muffler coming out there. The 620's got a top muffler. Both of these are very easy to modify if you so choose to. But know that if you're doing that, you are going to avoid the warranty. Both of these saws come with 5-year warranties. They're both pretty good looking saws, to be honest. There's not a lot of difference. You can see the size. Not a lot of size difference. From the front. 680's got a little bit of a wider stance maybe, but not much at all. Both are very comfortable. So there you go, a little up close video of the features, the look of it. They're both good looking saws. When push comes to shove, I'd probably take the 680 if I only could buy one over the 620. I think there's a few features on it, like the big heavy duty air filter, the proven design. I think it's just gonna last longer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. And until next time, stay sharp, my friends.